Have you ever thought about the ethics of what went into the production of whatever product you just bought? Trust me, I'm pretty sure all you cell phone wielding skeptical millennials have at some point. There is a dark side to a lot of our goods we purchase on a daily basis. This is definitely a case of most use of palm oil. Palm oil is a very fatty vegetable oil worth 120 calories, comes from African palm oil trees, which despite their name grow well in almost any tropical environment with a lot of rain. Palm oil is edible, and is used in plenty of snack foods like ice cream, chocolate, donuts, pizza dough, instant noodles, and chips, but it's used in plenty of everyday products like shampoo, toothpaste, detergent, lipstick, and more. Palm oil is such a popular crop since it has such a big yield without being too expensive on the farms, so understandably it's in high demand. But the increase in the use of palm oil spells disaster for our planet's rainforests, especially in Southeast Asia, where it gets an area the size of 300 football fields is cleared every hour to get more palm oil, leaving a devastating effect on animals, the environment, and even on people. There are countless birds, insects, fish, and beasts that call the rainforests home. Imagine being an orangutan and one day you're chilling in your tree, minding your own business, and the next day your tree is gone because it was torn down to be turned into palm oil. The jungles of Sumatra and Borneo are key habitats for orangutans, as well as rhinos, tigers, elephants, and other favorite animals of ours, and being driven out of their homes leads to disaster, both for the animals and for the people living in those areas. Tigers usually hunt prey like deer and wild pigs and monkeys in these forests, and if the forests are being cleared for palm oil, they'll move close to the villages and start hunting humans, which never ends well for the cat or the people. Less forests can equal more poaching. Since dense rainforest is being cleared, it brings endangered animals like with big values in the black market out in the open, making them very vulnerable to illegal hunters. There are roughly 100 Sumatran rhinos left in the wild. Expect that number to drop even more if the production of palm oil continues. Not only are animals killed by poachers, some are sold to the exotic pet trade, especially baby animals after their mothers are killed by these awful human beings. The destruction of rainforest for palm oil is also a big contributor to climate change, which is definitely not a myth invented by anyone. Trees in these jungles contain a lot of CO2, which is released into the air after the tree is destroyed. Indonesia has become the third biggest producer of greenhouse gases thanks to this practice. In addition, these forests help keep the water sources healthy by absorbing rainfall and sending it into the rivers and streams, preventing flooding and soil depletion. And if you're a tree, you can't do that if you're being turned to palm oil now, can you? And this new craze for palm oil is damaging people living in or near these rainforests as well. Palm oil production has increased employment in these poor areas, but it's at the cost of corporations taking that land away from the indigenous people to make more profit. Those who work on palm oil plantations are working in horrible conditions, where most of them suffer from cuts, bruises, and heat exhaustion, and their pay isn't enough to support themselves or their families. Many children are also put to work on these hellholes. A big human rights violation, since the kids are tasked with difficult and dangerous work with barely any pay, if not any at all. These people don't want the rainforest to be destroyed. They're just as reliant on the jungle as the animals and plants are. But the government's push on development and destruction, which leaves these people no choice but to become dependent on the palm oil farms. Well, if you can't beat them, join them. This video could go on and on about why the production of palm oil is ruining the planet, but I only have 3 to 5 minutes. I'm probably already going over that limit. So here's what you can do to help. Limit the amount of products you buy that use palm oil, and support the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil, or RSPO, a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to finding ways of obtaining palm oil that doesn't require the destruction of rainforest. If you find their label on a product, you know that product has sustainable palm oil and you're not contributing this atrocity on our world. As a citizen who hopefully cares about this planet, make your voice heard and announce your concerns to local government officials and companies that people get products from. And interestingly enough, not buying anything from Starbucks or PepsiCo, or just making those two companies aware of the issue of palm oil, can also help to end the palm oil crisis. These are two huge companies that continue to use unsustainable palm oil for their goods, despite other companies rejecting the use of palm oil. I won't stand for this horrible use of palm oil, neither should you.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
There are ways to get palm oil that don't require us to destroy the rainforests and put our planet and loads of animals, plants, and humans in danger. We have to make our voices heard, as we are the future. It's time we start acting like it.